Do you think that immigration is an important issue in this country?
Yeah, it is, but now it's too late. The border's gone.
So don't you think a lot of those people are coming over for jobs as well?
If you watch the footage, it's all men.
No, for jobs, though.
No, they're coming to kill us.
So you think the immigrants are coming to kill us?
The men, terrorists, are coming to kill us. We have people from Russia, China, the Middle East, everything. And if you watch the videos of who's coming, there's not very many women and children.
So who's coming to kill us then?
Well, I'd say the terrorist groups that don't like us. I mean, I think Hamas said they're going to attack us here, and our government issued some kind of warning.
No, I just meant when talking about immigration. When you see the immigrants coming over, you think because there's so many men, they're all coming to kill us?
Well, first of all, they're entering our country illegally, and yeah, I don't feel safe. If I've already had 2 people murdered in my life, and how is it going to get any better from here?
Who were they murdered by?
My daughter. Well, people that should have been in jail, but our court system don't keep them in there.
Were these both illegal immigrants?
Illegal immigrants? No, you're talking about the court system now. We're talking about the courts letting criminals, they say there's not enough evidence.
All these interviews with Donald Trump supporters are prime examples of how persistent propaganda works on people's minds. He broke down fear after fear with a pretty accurate recitation of who he's been told are the men coming to kill us. So how long until they finally come and kill us? Because we keep hearing that they're coming to get us. Maybe like those caravans that Republicans stopped talking about once the 2018 midterm elections were over. So let's dive into the blatant white supremacist talking points that Trump has his followers mimicking.
Former president the other day said that illegal immigration is poisoning the blood of America. What do you think that meant?
Well, I think all the other countries have already been through this. It's a replacement of us all. Because a lot of us people, they're saying now they're letting the immigrants come across the border because nobody in America is having babies. Well, I've only had 2 kids, and we couldn't afford no more kids because everything costs so much. And so really, we didn't have more kids because they made life so expensive,
Let's go back to the replacement stuff. Do you think a lot of these people are coming over here to replace us?
Well, it's a global thing. They've already came to all the other countries doing this. I mean, this is happening in Germany and, France, and they even say it over there, it's replacement. And even people like the black community, they feel they're being replaced because all the people are coming and taking over their neighborhoods. So they're feeling it.
Do you see America as a country of immigrants?
Absolutely. I was an Italian, 5 generations. We have Vietnam people that, are from Vietnam. I've never had I know how to cook, egg rolls, things like that.
It's global. People from the globe are heading to other countries on the same planet to replace good, pure people from Germany and France. I think I'm seeing a pattern of who he thinks are the legitimate citizens of the world. We can condition people to proudly say stuff like this right before settling back to the guilt-cleansing one-liners like, we're a nation of immigrants. I can make egg rolls and tacos.
I'm looking forward to having some peace, and also really America is great.
Believe it or not, this lady is talking about Trump right here.
It's for everybody. It's for freedom around the world. It isn't just our country. It's everywhere. And, we've been missing that in the last 4 years. That's what I love about him. It's for the people. And I love that he doesn't say I, he says we, because it is we, the people.
Yeah, he says when we win the White House.
Yeah, we're a team.
Yeah,
and he's fighting for us. I'm going to fight for him.
All right, this lady's either cuckoo or she's high or she's watching a very different Trump than I have.
If you support Hamas or any ideology that's having to do with that or any of the other really sick thoughts that go through people's minds, very dangerous thoughts, you're disqualified if you're a communist, a Marxist, or a fascist. Other than the people that are already here, of which many are in the Biden administration, you're disqualified. I'd like to get them out, too. Maybe we'll work on that next. In addition, we will aggressively deport resident aliens with jihadist sympathies. We have to.
There you go. That's your peaceful guy talking about we and talking about deporting everybody who does not agree with him. But to be expected from a guy who also said this.
Win, lose, or draw in this election, will you commit here today for a peaceful transferal of power after the election? And there has been rioting in Louisville. There's been rioting in many cities across this country, red and your so-called red and blue states. Will you commit to making sure that there is a peaceful transferal of power after the election?
Well, we're going to have to see what happens. You know that I've been complaining very strongly about the ballots, and the ballots are a disaster.
I understand that, but people are rioting. Do you commit to making sure that there's a peaceful transferal of power?
We want to get rid of the ballots, and you'll have we'll have a very peaceful. There won't be a transfer, frankly. There'll be a continuation. The ballots are out of control. You know it. And you know who knows it better than anybody else? The Democrats know it better than anybody else.
So he wasn't even willing to commit to a peaceful transfer of power. That's the guy who that first lady said is very peaceful. I think what the first lady was trying to say was we weren't in major wars while Trump was in power. That's kind of what they say. Like major wars didn't break out. So Ukraine and Russia didn't happen under Trump. Well, one of the reasons it didn't happen under Trump was because Putin didn't need to attack Ukraine. He was getting everything he wanted from Donald Trump. So you have that. Now you got Israel and Palestine. Once again, you can go back to what was happening under Trump. Trump contributed to a lot of what's happening. If you think about it, he was the one who took the American embassy and moved it into Jerusalem. He is the one who abandoned the Israeli-Palestinian peace process and started focusing on the Abraham Accords. So he didn't do us any favors. Go to Afghanistan. Afghanistan, Trump met with the Taliban and set up the withdrawal that then Biden had taken us through. Not to say Biden did a good job of the withdrawal, but Trump set it up. So all these numbnuts are saying, well, the world was a lot more peaceful under Trump. We almost had a revolution here in America. There was an insurrection. He just said it right there. He wasn't willing to commit to peaceful transfer of power. That's just nuts.